Can I put money into a Roth IRA after I retire? There's actually 3 ways that you could do it. I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Can you contribute money into a Roth IRA after you retire? And this is at a time when you're transitioning away from the workforce and you're looking at your portfolio and planning on how you can get these dollars to last and live comfortably in your golden years. And oftentimes, as we're doing comprehensive financial planning and the tax planning that is just so vital at the beginning of retirement and through retirement, we get this question a lot. Well, hey, wait, can I still put money in my Roth? So here's the example. I need X amount of money out of my portfolio every month to supplement my Social Security. Okay, well, in order to get X, you need to pull out Y, because as you pull dollars out, you're going to have to give a chunk to Uncle Sam, and then you'll have what's left. And that's when you finally realize it's like sort of urgent, like, oh, I wish I had more money in my Roth, right? That's sort of where the rubber meets the road. And so therefore, it's common for us to discuss, well, how can you get more money into that Roth IRA even though you've retired? Now, the obvious answer is doing Roth conversions, okay? And that's not what this video is about, because that is a fantastic way of getting money into a Roth IRA even after you've retired. You've got to be aware of the income-related monthly adjustment amount, IRMA, surcharge. So you've got to plan around that. You've got to plan around your RMD. You've got to plan around taxation of Social Security. Lots of things to consider when doing a Roth conversion in retirement, but it's a strategy that we love, and you've got to look at all 6 areas of your financial life to see if it makes sense. So work with your CFP on that. But aside from a Roth conversion, I'm talking about Roth contribution. Can you do that after you retire? Well, normally no, right? Because one of the eligibility requirement for contributing to a Roth IRA is you need to have earned income, paycheck money. And in retirement, you don't, right? So you've walked away from that paycheck, and you've got Social Security, which doesn't count as paycheck money, doesn't count as earned income. Your pension doesn't count as earned income. Taxable, yes, but not earned income. IRA withdrawals, dividends, capital gains, yes, taxable income, it's not earned income. So normally that answer is no, but there's 3 potential creative ways that you could use that maybe will allow you to contribute to a Roth IRA even though you're retired. The first is in the year that you retire. And this one is often overlooked, and yet it's like the right answer hidden in plain sight. And that is, this is typical for those who have been high wage earners, and they've often been ineligible to contribute to a Roth IRA. So they show up at the doorstep of retirement where they've made a lot of money and they've saved up a good portfolio, but most of it is in pre-tax dollars because their income's been so high that they've been phased out of contributing to the Roth IRA. And so there again, this need arises. So the year that you retire is likely a great year to consider doing your last Roth IRA contribution or a Roth IRA contribution, because you do have earnings part of that year. You can make a contribution to your Roth IRA after you've retired, just as long as you have earned income, paycheck money during that calendar year. Therefore, the question is, are you retiring exactly on New Year's of that year? If not, then you're going to have some income land in the next year. So a lot of people, here in the Midwest, the winters are a little crummy. So honestly, if you were to ask me how frequently, or when's the most common time to retire, I wouldn't say New Year's. I wouldn't. It's either birthday or it's spring. Because people, what am I going to do when there's the permacloud outside and it's inclement weather, and I could travel somewhere else, and people do that. But yeah, so if you have some wages spilling into the next year, then that means you've got paycheck money into that next year, and you're able to contribute to a Roth IRA. Even if you've retired and you still have maybe a bonus, or maybe some vacation pay or something that will get paid out at a later date or a few weeks later or a couple months later. If that spills into the next calendar year, now you've got paycheck money and you're able to contribute to a Roth IRA. So that's one thing to keep in mind as a way to contribute to a Roth IRA even after you're retired, and typically is just in that year or the year after you retire. Now, the second way that you could contribute to a Roth IRA, this one is also fairly obvious, but again, people don't think about it that often, and that is, well, what if you end up working part-time? What if you retire and then a friend of yours, we see this a lot, where it's sort of three reasons why you might have part-time income. One, you're bored. After the honey-do list is done and you were just so thankful to be financially independent and free and away from all the stress and the worry, then there's this itch of, I feel like I need to do something, I should be contributing something, and you go back and work part-time. So that's one. Another is helping out a friend, or maybe it's your old employer, or maybe someone else is a friend of yours saying, hey, can you help me do this job, or I could really use a hand, and we'll pay you for that. And then the third reason is, well, you didn't like the feeling of drawing assets out of your portfolio, and you wanted some extra income while you were still young and healthy, and so you go back and work part-time. Doesn't really matter the reason. If you have part-time income, that's earned income. And in any of those situations, you're probably looking at that part-time income as just extra cash to do some things that you want. And you're probably not thinking of saving that towards retirement because you're already in retirement or semi-retired. Just the ability of having, or just the fact that you've got paycheck money or W-2 wages, that opens up the opportunity for you to contribute to that Roth IRA, whether it's those exact dollars or you transfer money from a savings account or from another account into the Roth. You're eligible to contribute to the Roth as long as you don't have too much income, because you have some paycheck money. Now, here again is where I would state that contribution limit to the Roth IRA is up to 100% of what you earn. So if you are just working part-time or helping a friend and you only make $3,000, you can only put $3,000 into your Roth IRA. If you make above the annual IRS set contribution limit, which is $6,500 in 2023, $77,000 if in 2024, plus $1,000 on either one of those if you're over age 50, which I presume you would be. If you make more than that, then that's your limit. So working part-time, second way you can get money into a Roth IRA if you're retired. And the final one, you might be thinking of that last one saying, well, that's sort of cheating. You're retired but not retired because you're still working. Well, this third one then is even a little bit more creative, and that is the spousal Roth IRA contribution. Therefore, if you're retired, but your spouse is still working, and your spouse could be working full-time, they could be working part-time, really doesn't matter. It's just, does your spouse have paycheck money or wages? And therefore, if he or she does, you have the ability to make a contribution to, their Roth IRA, but if you wanted, you could make a contribution to your own Roth IRA as well. Just the simple fact that your spouse has paycheck money gives them the ability to contribute to the Roth, or gives you. Now, if they make enough above that, enough contribution or above the amount where it exceeds the contribution limit for each of you, you could each contribute to a Roth IRA, even though just one of you is working. So say your spouse is making $20,000 working part-time while you're retired, your spouse could contribute $7,500 when you include the catch-up for this year, or $8,000 next year, and then you could also contribute that $7,500 or $8,000 to your Roth IRA, because the combined amount for those is less than the amount that your spouse earned of $20,000. So being aware of making a spousal Roth IRA contribution early in retirement, that's another way, that's a third way of you making a Roth contribution even though you're retired. Do any of those make sense? Or again, does the Roth conversion makes sense? Work with your certified financial planner, because doing tax planning throughout your career, but certainly early on and throughout retirement, is so vital, so that you don't have dollars needlessly slipping through your fingers going to Uncle Sam. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.